All right, y'all. What's going on? It's your boy Favor, aka Irokowellness. As you can see, we in the V. Currently, it is Friday, April 3rd. So it's been a couple of days since I picked up the camera and vlogged. But honestly, the last few days have just been me in class, and then at work or at the gym. I haven't done nothing. Sorry. Am I the only person that hates? Hold on. Yeah, so am I the only person that hates driving like with their wallet in their back pocket? Because like it honestly makes my hip hurt because I have to sit in an uncomfortable position so that I'm not like crushing my wallet. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. So I haven't really done much of anything over the last couple of days, apart from go to class and go to school. So those are the same thing. Go to class and go to the gym/work. So I haven't really picked up the camera, but today it's 9:56 on Friday. It's one of the earliest times that I've ever gotten up. We're gonna head to Best Buy again, and we're gonna see how quickly these people buy out the dang Pokemon cards in the store. And then we gonna come back home. I'm gonna probably try to give myself a self-cut. We're gonna see, eat, go to the gym, yada yada yada. We'll see what the day brings us. But yeah, so first things first, gotta go to and if I don't get what I need from Best Buy, I have to go to Walmart anyway. So I'm gonna head to Walmart and grab what I need to grab from there as well. Alright, I'm gonna catch y'all on the road or at Best Buy. We'll see. Alright, so the care package has been acquired. No big drop today. So just got these little packs here. Probably gonna open them in the car and see what it is I get. I was trying to see if they low-key got like a Switch 2 in here at all. I think I'm walking in the wrong direction. But I was trying to see if they had maybe a Switch 2. Just to see what the price is like right now. Because me being a Pokemon fan, I'd love to do Pokemon Champions. But in order for me to do Pokemon Champions, I need, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was looking at mice to use for my laptop because I sometimes I hate using the trackpad. The trackpad gets annoying to me sometimes, but yeah, so Pokemon Champions is coming out, and I was like, I wonder what it would be like to get back into competitive battling again, like I used to back in the day. So I know it's coming out to mobile, like later in the year, but I just wanted to see if, they have the Pocket 3 there too. They just don't sell the creator bundle. I just wanted to see if what the price was like for the Switch 2 and see how much I needed to save and whatnot and blah, 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 blah. I don't think you know what? They don't keep them up here. They keep them in the back. I forgot. They keep them in the back. They don't keep them up front here. Right? Yeah, that's the regular Switch, which is still 340 bills. So, okay. I've got what I needed from here. Kill switch. Oh, that's a case. Yeah, I got what I needed from here. I'm gonna check out and then still gonna head to Walmart because there's still a couple of things from there that I needed as well. Then we finna head home and yeah. So I'm gonna catch y'all at Walmart. All right, we back in the whip. And honestly, I am impatient. And I kind of want to open. No, how are we gonna do this? Cool, right? We gonna be right here with it. The lighting is terrible. I wish I had something that I could like grip you onto or something. Pause. Okay, we're gonna try to keep our knee right there. You're balancing on my knee right now. But we finna rip these open right now in the whip. Thumbnail. Finna rip these open right now in the whip ski. And we'll see what we get. And then I'm look them up on that one app. What is it called? Collector. And I'm gonna see the value of what it is that I got. Bro, how you gonna show me Meowth, but then the pack is Mega Starmie? Man, anyways. Oh, you're falling. I'll try to reach for my phone, which isn't in that pocket anyway. Where's my phone at? It is in this pocket. Just got some deep pockets. Okay. So I'm gonna open the collector. Yo! I'm gonna open the collector app. And as I pull, I'm gonna see if I got anything of value from these packs. So, first pack of the Mega Evolution Perfect Order. It's been so long since I've opened Pokemon cards, like, for real. So long. This is a TCG Live code? Yes, it is. All right. Oh, the cards look so different. Cards look very different. All right, so we got Nose Pass, Snivy, Skorupi. Oh no. Bro, this is it's barely working. Okay. We got Seal. We got Energy Swatter. We got Aromatisse. Big Boy Aegislash. We got a Potion. We got a Sail Fossil. We got Aurorus. And a Psychic Energy. Excuse me. So not too bad. These three must have been the thing. So let me see now. We're gonna go for Aurorus. $0.12. Okay. So nothing off the first pack. That's okay. I don't expect to really get anything out of this. It's more so for the nostalgia of it all. More so just a nostalgia hit than anything. Because I used to collect Pokemon cards a lot when I was younger. Like, when my parents would go to the store, like, I used to bug them. I'm going to put them in here. I used to bug them about getting me Pokemon cards. Now that I'm old enough to actually be able to afford my own, you know, I'm like, why not? It's not like I'm going to go super duper overboard with it. Or at least I'm going to try not to. This one got Meowth on it. Which one of these did I just open? Was this a Starmie? So Starmie had So Starmie had Meowth, and Meowth had Starmie. That's hilarious. That's actually really funny. All right, let's get this one open up. I don't have no, like, I know some people got like pack rituals and stuff like that they be doing, you know, to wish them luck on a good pack, but I don't have that. I mean, I have that. Another one of them trading card game. Honestly, if y'all play, here you go. I know it's probably reversed actually, but y'all could decipher that. You got Spritzy, got another Spinnerack. We got the Blade. Halucha, would have loved if it was a Mega Halucha. We got Naveen from Legends EA. We got Hippowdon. Got the Pokepad. Got this fire looking Drapion. We got a full art Spoopa. We got a full art Spupa. That might be worth something. I don't know. We'll see. And then we got Tyrantrum and a basic energy. Nice. I'll check on that Spupa later. I did get these card sleeves just in the case, you know, the off chance that I got something worth, like a value. I doubt this Spupa is worth much of anything, but you know, it's a full art. And I got it off just a random single pack, so I'll take it. Yo, it's windy. It is windy today. I was driving over here and I'm like, yo, the wind is like pushing my car in all sorts of directions right now, gang. It's a little big for it, but yeah, we got Spupa. All right, now we on to the Mega Zygarde pack. Mega Zygarde's so fire, bro. I haven't played ZA because I don't have the Switch or the Switch 2 anymore. I gave that to my brother because I just wasn't playing it as much and I just didn't buy the game. But from what I could see, I feel like the game itself was fun. It's just, you know, I'm somebody who, I watch a lot of PokeTubers and whatnot, and I watch a lot of the Denwe fights, you know, with like Original 151, United Gamer, Game Boy Loop, Patters, Nexus, all of them, Shady, Seabad. And I know that Vinny, aka Original 151, had did a couple of ZA, a couple of ZA Denwe fight type of things before, but I don't really see anyone playing on that game like that for real. I understand it was like a different battle system, but I don't know. But I am excited for Champions. I got to figure out how I'm gonna get a Switch to be able to play it in the first place. But we'll cross that road when we get there. All right. So we got Amora. We got Spinnerack, Fletchinder, Hippopotas, the non-reverse foil of Drapion, Barbaracle, again, would have loved if it was the Mega, Naveen, we got Dugong, ooh, I just seen it, we got the Crushing Hammer, a basic water energy, but then we got Mega Clefable EX, look at her. Look at her. That's gotta be worth something. That gotta be worth something. Hold on. Mega Clefable EX. Let's leave that. Let's leave her up right there. What ability y'all think Mega Clefable getting? Do you think it's truly gonna get Psychic Surge, or is it gonna get something like, I don't know? Is it gonna keep Magic Bounce? I don't know. We'll see. But Mega Clefable EX, heck yeah. We are down to our last pack of the Best Buy Johns, which is Mega Clefable. Let's get her open. So they just jumbled up which pack art was inside which box, because this is Mega Zygarde. All right, come on. Let's end off strong. Let's end this off strong. This is, y'all really getting like the nerd side of me for real, bro. Y'all really getting the nerd out of me for real. All right. To end this off, we got Nose Pass, Snivy, Skorupi, Seal, Hippowdon, Pokepad, Turtonator, Chiampao, Volcanion, Landorus, and a basic water energy. So nothing too crazy out of that one, but honestly, I'll take the 2 hits that I did get. You know, good reintroduction to the TCG market for me, to say the absolute least. But yeah, so let me put these 2 things into collector and see if they're actually worth anything at all. Mega Clefable's only 62 cents. And then we'll take this full art Spupa. $2.83 for the Spupa. Full art. I'll take it. Did I get my money back? No. But was it fun? Absolutely. Do I think I'd ever see myself getting a box? Maybe. Not sure. I know my coworkers have pulled cards that are worth thousands from these packs. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun experience. So now we're finna go to Walmart, grab what I need to grab from there, and then head back over to the crib and proceed with the rest of the day. So I'm gonna catch y'all in the mart that got the walls. Yeah. All right, we in the Walmeasy. First things first. Yeah. Wait. These ain't the dude wipes. This is a Quate. Gave him the dude wipes packaging though. Do they have a bigger pack? Hold on. See if they got something more than just 3. So, wipes, mouthwash, and coconut oil are what I'm looking for. Those are the 3, oops, most important to me in this current moment. I wish I had like packs of mouthwash though. I would do a pack of mouthwash rather than just buying one. Oh, they do. They have an AM and PM one, and then they have clean mint and fresh mint. I'd be using a sparkle mint though. Oh wait, I'm speaking. They do have the big packs here. Okay. Let's see. What do I want? Go with this one. These, these all 48. It is 48. This is half the price. Oops. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm cheaping out. We going with the Equate Johns. I'm cheaping out. And then wow, they started selling this in stores. Okay. What's this? Try this one out. Guru Nanda John. Okay. Now where am I gonna find coconut oil? Alright, so picked up the coconut oil. I picked up the coconut oil now. As you can see. Use it for a couple different things. Oil pulling, like swishing it in my mouth, whatnot, and it's antibacterial. So use it for that. And then I picked up a couple other things. I was running low on my As I Am spray, and then my incense holder broke, so got a new ash catcher. And I also got a new pack of headbands because I don't know where all of mine disappeared off to, but, and I swear my fiance is the one that did it, but I just picked up a new packet of that. So I think I'm all set now. I am, fulfilling my ritual of just walking around the electronics section as if I'm about to buy something, even though I'm not about to buy anything from back here. But I just be doing it anyway. And for now, I'm finna get out of here. Let me see. There's a lot of people here today. What? What's this? Is that a rack of ribs? It is. But, Okay. Let me stay on course here. Just grab what I need to grab and be out.
Well, thank
I
you.
lump crab.
Maybe the render fire.
Okay, here we go. See the steak, and there it goes. This thing has literally basically become a staple part of my diet, like genuinely. Let me see. This makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This makes 5 days worth. Should I get? Nah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll just come back next week. Again, 17 bucks.
Just got our
And I would have gotten paid next week. So, yeah, okay. That is that. Let me get up out of here. I don't think everybody in here is looking for the last thing, is there? I hope not. That's a long line, and I don't feel like waiting in it. So I'm finna come over this way and see if I can't get in the self checkout lane and get up out of here. So I will see y'all back at the crib, I guess. Yeah. All right. So I just left Costco, and I don't know why, but I always forget my one rule, my one note that I keep telling myself, which is I'm not gonna try to come here on a Friday or Saturday afternoon because I know it's gonna be an absolute pain to get out. I didn't listen to myself, so I was just stuck in that. First of all, it took me 5 minutes to get out the parking lot. It took me another 10 minutes to get up the driveway onto the street here. And now, oh my God, people are driving like idiots. And now people are driving like idiots, but I'm finally on my way home. Finna unload everything that I just got, make breakfast, and then proceed with the rest of the day. I'm gonna go to the gym a little later today because there's something I wanted to do first before then, but y'all see what that is when we get to that point. So I'm gonna catch y'all back at the crib. Oh man. All right, I'm nervous. So this is the thing that I said that I was probably gonna do, but I didn't want to say what it was yet, and that is finally giving myself a cut. Usually I usually have very poorly decided to wait until I had something coming up and then go to a barber and finally cut my hair. But I don't always have something coming up, and this all looked crazy. So the last time I cut my own hair was probably during COVID. Actually, not probably. It was during COVID. Was the last time I cut my own hair, and I mean it wasn't bad, but you could tell that it was my first time. Now I don't know if I have any picture from when I had did that because that was like 2019, 2020, whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna try to give ourselves a taper, knock this down, line it all up. I'm gonna attempt to see what I'm gonna do with the back. We gonna hope and pray I don't mess it up. But yeah, I just, money saver. If I can cut my own hair, then what's the point of me continuously going to a barber when I don't have any, like, I'll go when I have like something special coming up. But if it's just like keeping up with everyday appearances, there's no point in that. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm not going to do a whole tutorial because I'm still very novice. What I am going to do is very similar to my first YouTube video where it was like an introduction. I'm going to basically do another reintroduction as to who I am, but on a more broader sense. So anyway, let's begin. I don't know how much of this is picking up, but yeah. So as you guys know, my name is Favor, but I sometimes prefer to go by the name Chibiken, which is my Igbo name, and that just means God is my strength in my language. That name holds a lot of weight, holds a lot of power, holds a lot of meaning to me, and honestly, it is part of the reason why, I operate the way that I operate on a day-to-day basis. So, yeah, I'm 26 now. My birthday was just a couple of weeks, was just a week ago now at this point. Yeah, just about a week ago, a little over a week. I am engaged. I guess I could also tell y'all the story of how me and my fiance had met because that's a fun little story in and of itself. Have I got the right guard on here? Yes, I do. Knock everything down. Oh, that was crazy. That was nuts. Make sure everything is actually snapped in place. Card open. Okay. So yeah, funnily enough, if you guys remember that social media craze where people were doing Those fake traditional weddings, that is actually how my fiance and I ended up meeting. So we're both from Massachusetts, from Boston. She's from Randolph, and we were both asked to take part in the Nigeria versus Ghana traditional party slash wedding, in which we were both just regular members the the bridal party slash groomsmen slash whatever you want to call it. We were going to practice. We were going to practices. It was a whole thing. So I pull up to the first one with me and my boy Emeka, and we were both pulled in by our friend. Actually, Savvy, shout out to her if you ever watched this. We were both pulled in by our friend, and my fiance was actually pulled in by the person organizing the event. Cool. So Emeka and I, we pull up to the first practice, and it's literally just us and the person who's supposed to be our queen princess that are there. Cool. We do a little bit of something. We start trying to formulate like what songs we want and how we would want to go ahead and like proceed with this entire event, because again we're going with it based off the notion that it's supposed to be some type of wedding type of thing, right? So that following practice, Mecca and I, we were told that we didn't have to be there because we went to the first one, and it was more so for the next people. Now the third practice rolls around. This is now maybe end of November, early December or something. I pull up, or no, before the practice, somebody actually texted in the group chat because we had a mass group chat. Someone texted in the Nigeria chat that they needed a ride back to school. I had saved everyone's number, but I don't know everyone that's in the event. It's a mix of Igbo people, Yoruba people, Edo people, and people that aren't even Nigerian that are on our side. So this person texts like, oh, well, not text me directly, but they text in the group chat because I didn't even know it was a woman at this point. They text in the group chat that they need a ride back to school. I text back. I texted her separately saying, I got you. Didn't ask what school she went to, nothing. I was just like, I got you. Because my presumption is if you're asking for a ride back to school, obviously you probably go to school somewhere close. All right, cool. Practice rolls around. We're going through the practice. The guys and the girls, we separate into our separate rooms so that we can begin, like planning what we were gonna do and whatnot. And I'm like looking out the door because we could kind of see the girls from our side just to see if I could get a sneak peek of what they were working on. And I noticed that there's this really tall woman over there, but I didn't see her face. I could just see like the back of her head, but I could see that she was like towering over everybody. So I'm like, oh, she's kind of tall, but didn't think nothing much of it after that. Oh, I should also probably note that Emeka and I, we talked after we got off the phone with Sav and the organizers, and we were like, bro, if we don't find our wife during this event, then what did we do this for? Joke. But little did we know that God, well, not little did we know that God has a funny way of working. I just didn't think that it would work like this. So anyway, practice is over, and the guys, we like show off our thing, the girls show off their thing, cool. Now we're sitting out in the little like common area, and me and my boys Emeka, Emmanuel, and Eche were actually all just talking, having a random banter. And across from us is the tall girl that I had seen and another one of our friends. And I just remember the tall one saying like, oh, I don't know if I have a ride back to school. And I don't know what made it click for me, but I said like, oh, are you the one that I offered a ride back to school? And she was like, yeah, but I didn't know if you would still let me still take me or whatever. And I was like, I already offered you to ride. Why would I not? Why would I all of a sudden just not take you back to your school? Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, yeah, I still got you. So at this point now in my car is about to be a Mecca and a manual because I've been dropping them off. This person who, I mean, at least at this point now I know her name and I know that she's a woman. Again, That's all I had. That's all I was going off of. And then Savvy and her friend just needed a ride like down the street or something. So I took them to. I was driving my mom's Sienna at the time, so I could fit everybody in with no issues really. So yeah, everybody's in my car. Drop off Savvy and her friend Camilla, and now I'm making my way over to this person's school. Now she went to Framingham State. I had never driven to Framingham before, so I was unaware of how like the distance that it would be from where we were to where her school is at. It was like a 40-minute drive from where I was in Boston because we were at Simmons. We were at Simmons and basically just driving all the way to Framingham, like dang near straight shot almost. But it was like mid afternoon, so like traffic, stuff like that. And Emeka, Manuel, and I, we're having our usual talk, our usual banter and whatnot. And she's just kind of sitting there. And then we start like probing her with questions, try to figure out who is this mystery person in my vehicle right now? Because we don't know nothing about her. So we're talking, we're getting to know her a little bit. I'm like, okay, she seems cool. Like she's chill. She's cool people. Drop her off, and that was that. And I had continued dropping her off for pretty much the entirety of the duration of the practices for this event, essentially. This, because I'm doing the back of my head, I'm putting my glasses back on because I can't see it otherwise. I don't know how people do this. Oh, they go like this. Ah, copy. Okay. So their back is to the mirror and they can see the back of their head in the mirror. All right, bet. Oh, the back of my head not even that crazy for real yet. Yeah, the back of my head's not even that crazy yet, but still finna knock it down. Anyways, continuing on with the story. So yeah, so I drop her off at her school and everything, and that is kind of just the pattern for the rest of the rehearsals. It's just that I would drop her off back at her crib, and that continued on basically for the entire duration of all the rehearsals and everything that we were doing. Cool. Now, I'm not really thinking anything of it. I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm just being a good team player because that's just the type of person I am. I'm just being a good team player. Gonna make sure that this person is able to come to practice, and if that means that I gotta, you know, give her rides back home, then cool, I'm gonna do that. Like never ask for gas, no, none of that. I would just drive her back home to her crib. But I guess everybody else was like seeing it different or something like that. And I was also at the point where I was like, I'm good on relationships, even though, yes, I understand that I said that I want to find my wife in this event, but I was also like, I was straight, right? So dropping her off, dropping her off, dropping her off. There's a portion where we are trying to decide who's going to be partners for the partner walks. And her and I actually get paired up. Cool. Now, I'm not a dancer. She is, but she's like also like kind of nervous, I guess, so to speak, because it was like, okay, what do we do? What do we do for this for these portions? We eventually decided on Onyeka by Burna Boy that was going to be our song, and we started formulating the dance. But then one of the people that came late to the rehearsal got thrown into our group. So now it's not just me and her, it's the three of us. Shout out to Kemi though. Still love her. Now, fast forward to a rehearsal that the boys were doing, as we were trying to solidify our entrance. We were having like a conversation about like if we had our eye on anybody in the event. I kept my mouth shut. This dude, Eche, shout out to him still. That's my brother for life. But this dude gonna be talking about oh, you know who I could see together? Favor and Fikayo. And I was like, oh brother, here we go. And then I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? And I start listing a bunch of different reasons why it just wouldn't work. And they're like, no. We don't want to hear no. We don't want to hear all that. Like now all the guys are like kind of egging it on. Like, nah, we don't want to hear all that. Like we see it too. And I'm like, y'all see what? Y'all just see me drop the girl off at home after rehearsals. Like that is the extent of anything I've ever done for this girl. And then on top of that, y'all be in the car with me as I'm doing this. So like, what are we talking about for real? But then, and here's the kicker, they gave me an ultimatum. They're like, either you start talking to her by the time this event is over, or you're gay. I was like, whoa, that's not crazy. But they're like, they don't care. I was like, bruh. But I'm not thinking anything of it. Like, clearly they're joking. Actually, one of her closest family friends is also part of the event. And he was like, yo, Favor, no funny. Like, as long as you're just yourself, you got it. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about right now? Like, how did we get to this point? At this point, I'm still in denial, though. Like, I'm still very much so in denial of how I'm feeling about this girl. Because, I don't know. I just was. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I was just in denial about how I felt about the girl. Gonna create our first guideline here. Go about half inch. But yeah, I was like in denial a little bit about my feelings for her at the time because I didn't want to believe that I had a crush on anyone at this point. I didn't, straight up. Like, I'll be honest, did not want to believe that I actually had a crush on somebody. So I kind of just brushed it off, laughed it off, ha ha ha, y'all crazy, whatever. Needless to say, I start seeing things a little different. I'm like, I mean, she is an attractive girl. Like, would it really be that crazy for real? But I had just left it up to chance. I was like, God, if this is my person, like, make it apparent for me. And now fast forward to another rehearsal at the same person's house, but this time it's like everybody. So she's actually the first person there. I think she had gotten a ride from the guy. She's the first person there. I pull up with my mother, and she lets me in the crib. And we're just sitting there talking. We're the first two people there. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, let me see where this is at. So I made a little slick comment, talking as a Igbo man would. She had said something, I replied. I didn't know where the energy was off of that. She kind of paused a little bit, but I mean, I'll let her tell that part of it whenever she ends up on this channel. But yeah, so I said my little comment or whatever, then the conversation kept going like normal. I'm like, all right, cool. I said what I needed to. Where'd I just put this guard at? No, not that one. Where's my one guard? Oh. She's ready to knock this down a little better. Okay. So yeah. Now, fast forward to what's next here. I just did my no guard open. Now it's the no guard closed for the next sky high. Wake up at it. It's so hard to do when they're blind. I think it's coming together. What y'all think? I think it's coming together, low key. Where was I in this story now? Yeah, so we're sitting there talking it up, but we're on like separate couches. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't know where we're at in terms of our friendship. We're sitting on separate couches having this conversation. Okay, it's not bad. It's actually not bad, I think. Okay, favor. You can give yourself a cut then. Um, yeah, so have that conversation, give that little slight remark. Then everybody pulls up. She mentions that she's cold. I give her my hoodie. You know, I'm kind of just throwing things out in the wind, seeing how she reacts and whatnot. I'm just kind of seeing how she's reacting to stuff and everything. And sometimes I feel like I get a little something. Sometimes I feel like it's like ah. Now, fast forward to the event because nothing really significant happens at any of the other rehearsals. Fast forward to the event now. Event starts late, like super duper late. Like this is African time pro max. And I see her first fit. She's got the she's got like Ankara fit on and she's got it tied like a true traditional Igbo village girl. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, dang, like, yeah, I like this. According to her, she could tell that I was looking at her, whatever. But she was looking at me too though. Cause I mean, know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw some pictures up so you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about right now. But yeah, so go through, do our first thing. Then when we finished and we were watching the Ghana side do their thing, I get a tap on my shoulder from another person helping run the event, Ireti, and she's like, Favor, I need your help. I'm like, oh shoot, what is it? Like it sounds urgent. So I follow her downstairs to where the girls had their stuff and she was like, this door is like jammed, like it won't open. So I'm like trying to forcefully turn the knob and everything. And so now it's Ireti, Fikayo, and her older sister, Buki. They're all there watching me and I'm trying to grab somebody to like help me like ram the door open because it's very clear that I can't just turn it and I'm not a lock pick. I'm not a locksmith. Like I don't know how to pick locks like that. So I'm like, I might just have to break this door down. So I proceed to act as a human battering ram to this door and I eventually get it open. And I had some like cuts on my arms. I wonder if, what arm was that again? Because I know the scars were kind of there for a little bit. Maybe they're gone now. Actually, might have been my left arm. It was definitely my left arm. You can't really tell, but there's a small scar on there. But I get the door open and everything, and I guess her sister was like, see, that's the type of man that you need. I had already dipped out at this point, but that was kind of funny to me. That her sister was like, yeah, this the type of man that you need. I'm like, oh, okay. But that was like way after the fact. Like we had already started dating and whatnot. And I would like ask her about the day and stuff like that and how she felt about a couple of things. And she said that to me, and I was like, oh, that's hilarious, actually. Anyway, now fast forward to our second entrances. We've got our like traditional garb on. I have an agbada on. She's got her nice dress on, and again, she notices me look at her because my other friend Emmanuel's like complimenting her and whatnot. I'm just kind of there in the days and whatnot, and she could tell, like she can notice, and I'm like, I hate the fact that you can notice that, but I mean, it is what it is. So we do our second entrance. We do our little partner dance. Hold on, 2, 3. Okay, so halfway. God. Well, I don't know why this guard keeps on not agreeing with me today. Anyways, so we do our second entrance. Cool. Then we do the little, we dance a little bit, dance into the night. At this point, it's like stupid late, like super duper late. And she leaves with her sister. She doesn't cut like me, Emmanuel Mecca, and our other friend. We got a hotel. People from the event pulled up to said hotel. We were kind of talking about the event a little bit, and we were playing games and whatnot till the wee hours of the morning, like literally 6 a.m. Barely got any sleep, if we got sleep at all. And then it was time to like check out, pack up and check out and everything. So it was an interesting night. It was a fun night, but I didn't get to tell her how I felt. Because at this point, I'm like, okay, I definitely 100% like this girl. But I didn't get to tell her how I felt during that day because it just didn't feel like the right type of time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang, I kind of lost my chance for real. But as fate would have it, she's got she's got that same family friend who's like, oh, just to be yourself, you got her. That same person, him and her twin, it was their birthday the following week, and they were hosting an event at a club. Cool. And most of the people from the event was gonna be there. Word. So she actually texted me and asked me if I was going. I said, yeah. She was like, okay, cool. I think I'm going too. I'm like, all right, word. So in my head, I'm like, all right, bet she gonna be there. This is my one and only chance now at this point. Like, actually, for real. So I pull up. I pull up, get a little liquid courage in me, nothing crazy. And I walk in. Now, as I walk in, there's like a guy literally being dragged out of the venue. And I'm like, what the heck? I lock eyes with Etche because I haven't noticed her yet. I lock eyes with my guy Etch. He's like, bro, I don't know. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. And then eventually someone taps me on my shoulder. I look over, I notice it's her. I'm like, oh shoot, like, what's up? How you doing? Like, you look good. She's like, oh, I'm good. I'm cool in it. Yada yada yada. And then I kind of went my separate way because I don't know. I just wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, party's going on. My guy walks in for his birthday, looks at me, then he notices that I'm not around. Fikayo, and he's like, bro, what you doing over there? Like, she's over there. What you doing over here when she's over there? I'm like, bro, I'm like, I don't know. Like, literally, like, I don't know. And so he walks over to her, whispers something, like, he's like, oh, like, pull up. He walks over to her, whispers something in her ear. And I didn't know what he had said for, like, literally maybe close to a year into us dating for real. When I finally asked her, like, oh, what did Dele say to you that night? And she finally told me, and I'm like, bro, he's mad funny. Because why would he do all that? Anyways, so now I'm like dancing with her through the rest of the night. I could see some guys like pulling up, trying to talk to her and whatnot, but she's like pushing everyone, like brushing everybody off. Like, no, I'm good. Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I see the vibe. I see it. I see it. I see it. I'm liking it right now. And eventually, I get my little dance with her. You know, like I've been dancing with her, but I get my little dance with her at some point. And when I tell you these people that were in the event that kind of knew, because at this point, pretty much everyone knew that I liked her. Everyone on the Nigeria side at least knew that I liked her at this point. So it was just a matter of time. So now people are like noticing that we're like dancing with each other. I'm talking about we got cameras on us, like it's paparazzi and whatnot. I'm like, bro, what the heck, dog? And then now the night, let's just fast forward. The night ends. Night ends off. I grab my coat. Her coat is sitting. Her jacket's actually right next to my perfect. Grab it, put it around, hand it to her, and I was like, "Well, let me talk to you real quick." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "This is it. Like, it's now or never." Literally, now or never at this point. It's either I say something now, or I forever live with the regret of not telling her how I felt when I had the chance. So I'm like, let me talk to you real quick. Oh, the reason I actually, the part of the reason also is because Dele had came out to me. He was like, "This is your chance. Like, go let her know how you feel. Don't let the night end. Like, make the night end on a good note." So I'm like, "All right, bet." Pull up on her. I'm like, "Let me talk to you real quick." She's like, "Okay." We're like literally in the middle of the spot at this point, and I start like rambling the things that I like about her. And in my head, at some point, I literally in my head had been an inner monologue with myself. Was like, "Nigga, get like." I was like, "Bro, get on with it. Like, you rambling. Like, get on with it." And so I told her like, "Oh, I like you, and I want to get to know you more. I want to talk to you." And she paused, like she literally stopped, and I'm like, "Oh, brother, here we go. Like, this is it." And she was like, "Oh, I like you too." When I tell you in my head, I'm like, let's go. Like, I was like the most ecstatic person in the world at that point, bro. Like, oh snap. Cause that was really she was also really the first girl that I was the one that like made a move on her. Don't shoot me. This is just factual statements. Like, she's the first girl that I had ever done that with. So I was like nerve wracking at that point. I'm like, oh snap. Like, what if she don't actually mess with me like how I think she does? Or whatever the case is, or what if she tells me no right now? But honestly, I had to get all that mumbo jumbo out my head and just go with it and let it be. If she mess with me, she mess with me. If she don't mess with me, then oh well. You know what I'm saying? So I tell her, she's like, "Oh, I like you too," and I'm like, "We got them, boys. We got them." So, and the rest is history. We started talking basically every day after that. I was still an undergrad in my junior year. So we would be on the phone till like ungodly hours of the night. I'm talking about like we would be on the phone till like 7 a.m. or something like that sometimes, bro. Like it was crazy. She would literally also watch me at the end of the semester make my end of semester push where I'm like getting done assignments that I haven't gotten done and doing things over the course of the semester until like I was literally in my math and science building till like 7 a.m. almost every night, just getting work done. So yeah. And then so we started dating April of 2022. And then most recently, we got engaged May 24th of 2025, actually during her graduation. And I'm going to explain how that happened a little later. So yeah, that's a little bit into my fiance and I's origin story and everything. I know I've been kind of rambling on a little bit and you see me roughly trying to give myself a cut and everything. Now I'm about to do my lineup, but I don't have a holding spray. So we're going to hope pray that this looks right when I'm done with it. But yeah, so that's my fiance, how me and her got to where we are right now. What else would y'all need to know about me? Um, oh, I'm part of an Igbo organization called UIU. I'm actually on the e-board for the New England chapter. So if you're somebody who's from Boston, from New England, and you're Igbo and you're watching this and you've never heard of us, maybe you've heard of us but didn't know how serious we were or whatever the case may be, pull up. Pull up to an event, become a member. We host events literally every month, both in person and virtual. Bunch of fun events, fun times, it's good times, good people. Why wouldn't you want to be with your people? You know what I mean? Let me see. I think this side actually needs to go a little higher because I think my sidebar is higher on the left. Yeah, that looks better. How we looking? It look crazy? I don't think it looks that crazy, especially for a self cut. Obviously, this is a skill that with time I'm gonna get better and better at. I'm also probably gonna put contacts on when next time I do this, just so I can see things a little bit more clearly as well. Cause I'm doing this with no glasses, just straight blurry vision. So we gonna do the C cups. It's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. It's not looking bad at all. Me hit this a little bit. Need to hit my beard a little too. And then I'm finna come in here with my one guard one more time. Or should I go half? I'm gonna go half guard. And knock the mustache down. One guard, half guard open. Yep. All right, how we looking? Are we looking a little better? I think we're looking a little better, honestly. I think we definitely looking way more presentable than what I started off with. Oh, I got hair on my glasses. Honestly, I'm not mad at it. If I knew how to do the back though, if I could do the back better, that would be obviously ideal, but I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not mad at it. I should probably knock this portion down too, though. Right here. Yeah. I'm gonna just knock down that side real quick and then I think we'll be done. And then finally, we gonna take the trimmers again and just make sure the under here is also clean. Line that up. On the sides of it up. boom. Just like that, my first ever self-cut is done. I'm gonna just clean up a little bit. Other than that, I think this is smooth actually. Heck yeah. Alright, so cut's done. I was a little bit into how me and my fiance met. What else y'all need to know? I guess I'll do that in the next clip. Good morning. Good morning, people of YouTube. It's currently the next day. I'm gonna just put this all into one vlog. I think the last you saw me, I had just finished cutting my hair. Now, it is the next day, going to work, and we got an audit coming up actually, so therefore I'll be at work a little bit longer than usual because I'm gonna help clean the gym and everything like that. But I just wanted to come on here, say good morning, what's up with y'all, and I'm still gonna continue treating this vlog as like a, who am I, what am I doing this for? So, why did I start my YouTube journey? Let's talk about that while I'm driving to the gym. Now, I never really thought too much. Let me actually move this right here. So yeah, I never really thought too hard about doing social media for real until I want to say post-COVID. Yeah, post-COVID. That's kind of when the fitness influencers started taking over, when TikTok started becoming a bigger thing. I was watching people like Swole. I was watching Russ. I was watching people like Colby, Joe. Who else was I watching at that time? I was watching Craning. I was watching Jamal. You know, that whole friend group. I was basically watching that whole friend group. And I was like, I'm somebody who's also big into fitness and everything. Like, why can't I do it too? And I think the thing that really inspired me was actually watching Colby's transformation from where he was before to where he is now. Like, I watched that entire thing and I'm like, whoa, well, if he could do it, I can do it too. And so I bought a tripod and I was about to start doing gym vlogs, but I was finding it difficult to really be in front of the camera, one, and then be consistent with editing and posting, because I was somebody who struggled with and still struggle with like wanting everything to look a certain way, be a certain way. And so therefore I would always be super hypercritical of myself and what it was that I was filming and editing. And I'm like, it doesn't look like this person. So therefore, you know, it's not really post worthy. That's how I was thinking. And so I would go on spurts where it's like, okay, I'd drop a couple videos and then all of a sudden I wouldn't drop. And then I'd come back again randomly and then I would stop again. And then I would come back randomly and the cycle just kept on going and going and going and going. And then I met my fiance, which I didn't mention this yesterday, but I'm gonna mention it today. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. It is F squared. I'm gonna put it somewhere up there, but F squared. That is our couples page. So follow that. I'm gonna switch y'all this way because I look super dark. But yeah. So where was I? So yeah, that's how I kind of got into it, got the idea of it. And originally it was, what was I? It was like, it was another thing of like, I didn't exactly know what I was doing it for. I just knew I kind of wanted to do it because I seen other people do it. Then fast forward a couple of years, I'm like, the reason I want to do this is because I care for people to be well, like at their fullest capacity. And that is why I chose wellness over fitness, because to me, fitness fits under the domain of wellness. What do I mean by that? Because wellness, when I'm thinking holistic wellness, I'm thinking physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, which I think I've mentioned on this channel before. I'm sorry if I sound a certain way. I'm kind of stuffed up right now. I'm still kind of under the weather. But yeah, so physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual were like the 3 sectors or 4 sectors that I was really focused on. And I thought that those are all very important. Like even me in school right now, I always mention how mental health is something that I also want to make sure is prevalent enough in making sure that my future patients are receiving the best quality care that they can, and also achieving the best possible results that they can. Because, emotional response to pain is a thing. Mental response to pain is a thing. So that's kind of where I was like, okay, I care about the physical aspect, obviously, but I also care deeply about the emotional and spiritual and mental aspect as well, right? So that's where wellness came from. And then obviously Iroko, I've mentioned this before, tree in Nigeria. It's my nickname, Irokowellness. Cool. So yeah, I had my TikTok, I had my Instagram. Excuse me. I was posting sporadically, never really was consistent with it, never really I would always record. It was a thing where I would record videos, but it would never come out. That was the issue. I would record them, but I would never make the time to sit down, edit them, push them out. And, it's still something that I'm struggling with now, but trying to do better of. Especially with this camera that my fiance gave me, I'm like, okay, let me actually start sitting down and recording all of this stuff and, actually taking social media serious, because I don't know, I still feel like I can do it. I still feel like there's room for me in the sector. That was another thing too. I started feeling like the fitness industry had gotten so saturated that it was just kind of like, where do I fit in? But if you keep wondering where you fit in, you're never gonna fit in. I gotta find a place to fit in. You gotta find a place. You gotta get it where you fit in. There's always, social media is an ever-growing space, and there's always going to be room for the next person. I feel like as long as I'm sticking to my true, genuine, authentic self, people who's rocking with me is going to rock with me. Whoever's not rocking with me, not going to rock with me. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I need to be able to say that I at least gave it an honest effort, an honest shot, and not just taking myself out the race before I even started. Because that's what I've been doing for so long, was taking myself out the race before I had even started. And so that is why I'm trying to be real, hold myself really accountable when it comes to this. Now, I know that you guys have seen that I'm titling this whole thing, Reclaiming Back My Life, right? Taking back control of my life. And that is because, and I've called it that because, I'll be honest, I used to be way more athletic. I used to be way more lean. I used to be way healthier. And I kind of just let all of that go. I'm not as disciplined as I used to be. Motivated still, yes, obviously, but not disciplined. And, discipline's got to take over where motivation starts to lack. Because if you don't got the discipline, but you got the motivation, when that motivation eventually runs out, because it will, are you still going to be disciplined enough to do the things that you know you need to do? So for me, that includes things such as my eating habits, my sleeping habits. I'm not getting enough sleep. I went to bed at 4 a.m. yesterday, and I had to be up and get ready for work for right now, which I'm already a couple minutes late. Stuff like that. There was just something that needed to shift. And I'm kind of using this as my stepping stone to get to that point, right? I'm kind of using this as okay, as long as I can stick with this, I know the type of person and the type of content that I want to put out. I know the type of person that I am, and I know the type of person that I want to be. And maybe there's people out there that are feeling kind of similar to the way that I am. And so maybe this could help them, motivate them, whatever the case is, to also take that step to change their life for the better. So that's the origin of what I'm here for, what I am doing, what I'm trying to get done is really motivating myself and motivating others to take back control of your life. I'm 362 pounds as of today. I'm trying to get back down to the 200s at the very least. Like 280 is the goal. Is the current goal right now. And I know I'm not going to achieve that without being disciplined in those things that I had mentioned. Even my workouts have kind of slacked. Like I'll have a couple good days in the gym, and then I kind of just fall off for the next couple of days, and then I come back and da 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 da, and it's this ongoing cycle. And like there was really a point where I was coming to the gym like 5 days a week, dang near. Oh, I forgot my watch. Oh, that just pissed me off. Oh, that just made me so upset. Oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's a little bit into me, into what I got going on. I'm going to catch y'all a little later. I just pulled up to work now. I hope y'all have a great day, have a great Saturday, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next clip.